What would you do if a gift you meticulously picked out, intended to ease your loved one's burden, was met with unexpected outrage? In today's story, the protagonist's choice is a masterclass in how to handle a misunderstanding that spirals into a year-long argument. My name is Arthur, and this story, which still sparks arguments with my wife, Eleanor, happened last Christmas. We have two wonderful children, a daughter, Clara, who is 15, and a son, Leo, who is 11. Eleanor has been a stay-at-home mom since Leo was born. I'm 46, and my work is demanding, requiring frequent travel and hotel stays, leaving me with only every second weekend at home with my family. Despite the stress and time away, I'm grateful to provide a comfortable life for them. Last year, I decided to get Eleanor a Roomba for Christmas. She's typically the one who vacuums, so my thought was that this gift would genuinely free her from that chore. I had visions of her using that saved time for herself, perhaps reading a book, pursuing a hobby, or simply relaxing. It sounds cheesy, but I truly believe time is a precious gift, and I wanted to give her more of it. I, personally, would have loved a gift that somehow cut down on my work hours. On Christmas morning, as Eleanor unwrapped the gift, her reaction was far from what I expected. Her face clouded over, and she didn't hide her offense. The air in the room grew thick with discomfort, especially with my parents and other family members present. She loudly declared, "This shouldn't be a present directed at me but at the whole family, as it is the entire family's responsibility to clean up the house." I was taken aback. As the sole income earner and she a stay-at-home mother, I felt it was understood that her responsibilities included managing the house and caring for the children. My intention was genuinely to lighten her load. A year later, this incident still resurfaces in our arguments, often ending with her in tears. It's baffling to me. I would never have bought her a regular vacuum cleaner. The Roomba, in my eyes, was a robot meant to completely take over the task, which is why I thought it was such a good idea. Furthermore, I had asked her repeatedly before Christmas what she wanted, and she consistently said she didn't want anything. I was left to guess, and I chose what I believed was the most practical gift she would undeniably use. As Webby Vanderquack aptly puts it, husband thinks wife will appreciate a machine to make her work easier. Wife thinks my husband sees me primarily as a housekeeper and not as a romantic partner. I can see that now, although it wasn't my intention. Perhaps, as Webby Vanderquack also suggested, a chore-relieving device should be a household contribution, not a Christmas gift. This echoes Eleanor's own words about it being a family responsibility. Yet, ex-Bob Sacamanox makes a fair point, asking no one ever complains when a woman buys a man a drill or a wrench set for fixing shit around the house. These are adult gifts, and Eleanor is an adult. My thought was truly to eliminate a chore for her, and many, like Bob Sacamanox's wife, would be overjoyed by such a gesture. This reveals Eleanor's greatest fatal flaw, her inability to communicate her desires, which ultimately sealed the fate of the gift. Che Bridgman's anecdote about his dad gifting his mom a wheelbarrow, which later came up in their divorce, is quite telling. It really boils down to knowing your audience. I clearly missed the mark with Eleanor. Despite my good intentions, while I'd be thrilled with a Roomba, she obviously wasn't. The persistent bringing up of the issue, and the tears, suggest something deeper. As Che Bridgman concluded, perhaps understanding her love language and some therapy might be in order. Shelba Baggins also found the situation relatable, noting that her family gifted her mother a Roomba and a Dyson cordless vacuum, both of which were appreciated. She questioned if gifting practical items like pots and pans or even a family dog would also be considered asshole-ish. A Roomba, she argued, should theoretically give Eleanor more free time. It wasn't a necessity, as a deleted user pointed out, but a fucking luxury. The core lesson here is that even with the best intentions, a gift can be deeply misunderstood if it doesn't align with the recipient's expectations or perceived value. It's not just about the object itself, but the message it conveys. What do you think? Is a practical gift, intended to save time and effort, ever appropriate for a significant holiday? Or should gifts always lean towards the purely personal or romantic?